We did have inflation data. Doug Flynn joins us, certified financial planner, co-founder at Flynn Zito Capital Management. Obviously not enough to really move stocks broadly, Doug, but I'll put up the headline on inflation as car insurance continues to rise. U.S. inflation ticks up in December. That'll be followed in a moment by a chart going back 20 years. But what we've had in the last number of months has been the story of inflation is under control and coming down, and now it did tick up a little last month. What do we make up of it, if anything?
Yeah, it was a little bit mixed, actually, because while the headline number was a little weaker, the actual the core number, which is the one that excludes food and energy, actually did get better. So that's actually showing a good sign, and that didn't really make the headline. So the market was kind of reacting a little bit, selling off and then settling in a little bit. But, I feel like on the way up, we took the elevator in terms of inflation, and then we were riding an escalator down, and now we're, we switched over to the stairs. From here, the rest of the way, we're going to kind of go down pretty slowly, I think.
It's healthier, though, to take the stairs. It's a little exercise, doesn't kill anybody right there. There's the chart that I referenced, and we're in a better position there, the tail end of that chart, to see things cooling off and coming down when it comes to inflation. Speaking of which, there was this survey that came out this morning. I was reading it in Axios when I woke up that was about the vibes. It was like what the vibes are for the economy and how people feel about the economy. They talked about America's unhappiest people. In many ways, a lot of them were, they said, Republicans, and in many cases people who live in rural areas. But they were triggered, as you see at the top there, by inflation, 60% by trips to the grocery store, 72% say they feel it on a daily basis, 75% think food prices will keep increasing, on and on. So this goes back to what you and I have talked about a lot, is that, yeah, the economy is getting better, the numbers show it. Some people feel it, but apparently a lot of other people don't or say they don't. So what's going on here in terms of the vibe of the economy, do you think?
Yeah, I think the vibe is not so much what you see, it's what you feel. Yeah. And I think that's happening. What I read out of this is if you were a married Democrat that owned a home in the city, right, you were pretty happy. Oh, okay. But if you were a Republican single woman who was renting in the rural areas, you were kind of miserable.
You're an angry person. Yeah, right. So that's very, very specific.
Yeah, but even the Democrats who were happier than Republicans, still about half of Democrats are not happy. There's just still a little bit more happy people on the Democrat side than Republicans.
What does it take to make people happy, do you think? You know what I mean? Because that's what's interesting about it is that, and sometimes I get it, that the numbers are disconnected from reality. And maybe that's the case here, that people do feel one way. Or the alternative is it just takes a while because people, they're so used to it that they don't change their mind right away.
Yes, and the other takeaway was that everyone kind of blames the government, so that they can agree on.
Right, so because that's just, it's almost like polls when the way you ask a question matters. And if you say to people, what do you think of the government? You're right, both people, everyone will say, oh, they're terrible, even no matter what the question is. So I just think it's interesting because we look at the actual numbers and they are improving. And there may be something to this, how people feel, but we'll see. All right, let's see what the other headline is. You want to talk about gum? This was another one that came out today, so at least we'll have something a little bit light on the way out. Fruit Stripe gum and Super Bubble gum have been discontinued. This is very, very sad because they'd been in business for more than 50 years. So this must be the end of the world, or what? Did you grow up chewing this kind of stuff, or more of like a big league chew guy, maybe?
I was more like a Bubblicious guy because it didn't stick. But I do have a little prop for you. I don't know if you remember these, Connell, from back in the day, the Reggie bars. Can you see that?
Yeah. Now I couldn't see it at first. That's you have those hanging around the office?
I do. We found them and they sort of resurrected them. So, it was a lost thing from a childhood and it came back. So you never know with this gum as well what may happen. But fond memories of those things.
What's the expiration date on that, by the way? Do they have that printed on there? 19?
Yeah, they're not the original ones from the 70s. They did make a new batch. So we did check that, by the way.
I was going to hope you're not, digging into a candy bar from 1978. But thank you, Doug. Doug Flynn. He covers it all the serious stuff, and then apparently has Reggie bars around his office.